Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. We're setting up all this mixed ore cobalt nonsense, and we got a lot of things to do. So, thing number one that I want to start with in this episode is mining the nickel, which, I mean, we're already doing. We just need to get the nickel ore onto trains, which shouldn't be too hard because it's already running like right by our train depot here. So I think all we got to do is maybe right here, set up a nice little provider station for nickel ore and call it a day. I might make it a multi-provider station with a bigger, whatchamacallit, bigger chest. Let's see, multi-provider station extension. Yeah. So we'll do something like this. And get ourselves a nice big chest, because we'll also put the copper ore in here. This is incredibly convenient, but I have a giant copper patch right there. So I'm just gonna mine that instead of this copper, because we already are mining that and we could belt it, but it's being belted all the way around. I don't think I realized that I had copper right here. I also have molybdenum. And there's even tin right here that we're using. So odd. Anyway, let's get that hooked up. I'll go do that manually rather than just with bots. And yeah, so we got a lot going on here with research. I'm hoping to be done with Pi 2 in the next millennium sometime, but it doesn't really seem like that's ever gonna happen, because genetics also needs what are we not queued up here? Also nitrogen stage 2, so we can make liquid nitrogen. Ah yes, and purest nitrogen has been renamed so you can filter the contaminant. Yeah, I mean, that's not a great use of filtration media, in my opinion, at this current moment, but it is an option. Okay, so running over here. Also, I just kind of thought about this, but like, what are we supposed to do about tiles? Am I just gonna not tile any of the base because we're riding around on trains? Because tiling this entire base seems ridiculous, right? But then again, I probably have... I mean, I have 490,000. So I could tile something. I don't know what to do about that. I don't feel like I have a good grasp. Maybe at some point when we get like construction bot level 2 and bot speed is grown a bit and we have like thousands and thousands and thousands of bots, maybe I'll consider tiling the base, like including, you know, in between the train tracks and stuff. But yeah, this one's an easy one. Just bring this copper up here. Bring it over. What's up with these? I probably need more bots, to be honest. Oh, but we need to automate bots. Ah, there's so many things to do. Because bots aren't on the Auto Mall network yet. We did get fish oil down here though, right? Yeah. For gearboxes. So bot. No. Bot. Click. Pyanobot. Logibot. Okay. And then we'll go to 30. 40. Not 40E. Sorry, had to sneeze. Okay, bring that down there. That one we will need to replace and then rotate. And then we'll wait for the bots to finish all that. Okay. So then loader, merge, wire, enable, let's see, we got 200 slots, so we can do about 5,000 of each. Feels reasonable. Maybe we do like, yeah, that's fine. Okay, and then nickel ore needs to be split. What's this? Oh, storage container, huh? You know what we should also do is automate the containers. It's gotta happen someday. Oh, but wait, this one needs the double. Hold on. Because we need all of these containers. I mean, 4 at least. I don't care about buffer chests. But the problem is, are those ever ingredients? They are. Ugh. So what we really need is another blueprint. Unfortunately, takes an extra square. We'll get this figured out. But yeah, we're gonna need another blueprint that actually sets up to be on the other network, the main network, channel 1 or 0, I should say. Huh. I thought this would see that nickel ore was coming. I wonder when that pops up. Because sometimes it pops up by, you know, about stuff that's on the belt but hasn't gotten there yet. Maybe. Or is that only for inserters? Oh, the inserter sees it, but this doesn't. Oh, now this sees it. Okay. Okay. So there we go. We got nickel ore, we got copper ore. Bada bing, bada boom. Turn on streamer mode on Discord so you guys don't get any pings. Anyway, let's go get these chests going at the auto mall here. This auto mall is so great. I love this. It's not perfect, but it's done a really good job, and we haven't had to make any major changes to it for a long time. And yeah, it's just really nice to be able to paste a Helmod thing into here and then have it bring me all the things. Like, that is just clutch. And I know it's somewhat wasteful, and we're gonna run out of storage here pretty soon. Like, we're gonna need a lot more than this. A lot more than just 5 chests. We will eventually get the ability to have the sheds, logistic sheds, but that's when? That's in blue science, so that's still a while away. So I could even improve this right now. That's a channel. These are all channel 1. Okay, I don't need that many on channel 1. And yeah, we just need to make sure that everything that's connected stays connected, so we can do it like this. And then channel 1 right there. And then that one's a little weird because now it's connected to not the one on the end, but everything else should be the same. These are all connected. Okay. So that future-proofs it, I mean, a little bit more. And there's just so many random buildings, you know? Like, when you add them all up, there's just a lot. There's a lot to do there. And then these have all the random things that we have needed as ingredients for other buildings. And I think we always overshoot that by 1. Which is fine to some level, because we'll use them again eventually, you know, but these planter boxes are annoying. I probably should have done planter boxes on one of these or something. I don't know. Okay, let me craft a few more of the chest types here. Get those all built. Okay, so what are we thinking here? So this one, the little trio is supposed to be channel 1. So that goes like that. But we actually want we want these to be channel 0. So I actually don't want channel 1 for that. So we've got dual channel readings going on here. And then these need to be the same filter like that. So what we really want, and then we want a power pole for all this. So let's parameterize this. And what we really want is to have parameterize, reconfigure the blueprint. Uh-oh. Oh, we don't have any ingredients parameterized. So that just becomes parameter 0. And then that can just be a variable X. Stop it, or how many? Okay. And that's the one that is the bot mall buffer. Buffer both. I need to make a new bot mall blueprint too. This one's outdated, I think. So you grab all of this down to here. All right, V4. If you want that one, just ask in Discord. It's available. It really is pretty fail-safe now. I don't know if blueprints save logistics channels, by the way, so you might need to manually configure that if you're also using logistics network channels. Anyway, so these guys are all hooked up, and now we need... You're on 5. How did you end up with the wrong one there? No idea. Red chest, yellow chest, blue chest, blue chest. Okay. And then the amounts... For ingredients, I'm okay with only having 5, to be honest. But for the outputs, I want to have more. So like for that one, I want to have 20. For this one, I want to have 50. For storage, I want to have 50. And for requester chest, I want to have 50. But these having 5 each is actually okay with me. And now we can just click, 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 click. I'll just do 5 recipes each. And then we just need standard bot mall buffer for steel chests. No, we need both for steel chests. And I want 50. I actually want 100. But steel chests are also an ingredient, so we need both. Oh wait, no, sorry. I don't want 100 of the ingredient. I want 20 of the ingredient version, and I want 100 of the whatever that's called version, the main channel version. Okay, so then these need to be channel 1. So these are for the auto mall, and these are for the actual base building. Perfect. Okay, get ourselves a few of those, and that then should get everything rolling here. Little snake of of steel here. Uh-oh. Okay, no, it is working. Alright, that's working. Sweet. It'll take a while, but we can just let that run now. Problem solved, and then now... Oh god, this is such a scary thing to click. Click, 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 click. It's missing one ingredient, which is... I can't see anymore. I guess we'll find out here in a second. Also, the fish oil needs to be redirected. Like that. Okay, this one's not missing anything. We might be missing nichrome. Yeah, we might be missing nichrome. Looks like we're not getting any nichrome. But we're getting the construction bots. Did we never request nichrome? Up here? Looks like we didn't. No, we did. Did I never provide nichrome? Huh. Nichrome. It's on this infinitely long belt. and then it isn't getting on this belt. I mean, I'm even prepared. I've fully prepared for nichrome to be on that belt. Okay, so the way we need to fix this is going to be a bit finicky, so I think I'll do it manually, but it's going to cost us a lot of nickel and chromium. I should have grabbed some pump jacks while we were there. Okay. He has arrived. So for nichrome, we need let's see. Pull that back and push this forward. And then I can do this. And then I can do this. Okay, so that works. And then here we need that to merge with this. Why is there a splitter here? We're not actually doing anything with the niobium other than merging with this. Okay, there we go. Now that's gonna spend a ton of nichrome, which is literally 10 nickel plates a piece. Oh my gosh, I forgot how expensive it is. That's gonna buffer thousands of nickel right there. And how am I making? Are we just doing basic nickel? We are. That's hilarious. And yet, it's been working for us because we just don't use that much nickel. Nichrome is the only thing we even really use nickel for right now on a constant sense. Sweet. Okay, so I can check bots and automall are done. And now we'll head back to our build here. Finally researching sea sponges, but that's gonna take 2 more hours. Gosh. 2 more episodes. Crazy. Okay, so back to our artificial blood build. Now we should actually have mixed ores done. Yeah. Okay, so mixed ores. Looks like we need 2 and 2. And then we need stone out. Shoot. Completely forgot about stone. Let's get those going over here. So we've got our stone trash taken care of. And now... Oh, right, we were gonna set up ammonia. And we were gonna do that. Didn't we say we might as well do it over here? Since we're already requesting the urea. Something like that. Maybe? Yeah, because isn't that what this is for? Yes. I did actually plan that out. Alright, ammonia from urea. Fluid provide, and then that's why I grabbed these guys. And should be easy enough. grab urea from that. Oh, that doesn't work. Grab urea. Go underground. And this is one of those really, really simple recipes. One item in, one fluid out. You gotta love it. It really is nice when it works out that easily. Okay. So, and we need 3 inserters in each. Which is starting to get to, like, you could use loader territory. It's a little bit inefficient just because of the cost of loaders, but in terms of like UPS considerations, I think one loader is about equivalent to 2 to 4 inserters depending on the situation, as far as I remember. And there it is. Urea from ammonia. So then that all gets pumped up to there. Comes down. What are the odds that it's one tile too short? I guess we can just do this guy right here. And we're done. That's it. That's it. Cool. Alright, so ammonia is now a fluid in the network. Beautiful. And then we can make cyanic by adding coal and methane. And methane is cheaper, I think. So that's fine. Coal is cheap too. Relatively. What are you picking up? Condensates. Oh, these take a lot longer to fill up when you've got a really full, or a really, what's the right way to phrase this? A really, a really big network? That's interesting. Yeah. Having this tank, you know what would actually help? It wouldn't fix it, but what would help is putting a pump. Rather than measuring, because right now it spends the whole time at a much lower percentage of fullness. Whereas if we pumped into this one, it would be a lot more full, and therefore the beginning it would fill up a lot faster. It would reduce the overall fill time by quite a bit. It's kind of an interesting dynamic there. Because now, you know, a pump output from a network goes slower the more empty the network is. It doesn't matter how much is in it, it matters what percentage is in it. So if you have more overall storage in that network, it will overall pump out slower when it has the same amount of fluid. So, yeah. It's a little bit of a downside of having a lot of storage. So that maybe means I should be, when I do have a lot of storage, I should pump from the storage into the holding tank. And that would even be an argument for like pumping into one of these as a holding tank. Because then it's like maximum fullness when one train arrives, but then the problem with that is it's not set up for the next tier of fluid wagon, whereas this one is. So I think that's part of why I chose these, if I'm remembering correctly. And that's already requesting ammonia, so we've got that available to us, and we are measuring all 3 of these, and we've already got methane, so everything is coming up Millhouse here. Everything's coming up Krydax. So let's get our quenching tower set up here. What does this one make? This one makes the cyanic, which goes into the flotation cell. Okay. Let's put these two like right here. I really don't have two of them? Why did I just grab one of them? No idea. But yeah, we'll connect those up. Get rid of the hydrogen. And then this guy. You know what? What we'll actually do is just go straight down and turn a corner here and then do a T-junction. See, this is where having advanced fluid handling is just so nice. I don't know. Like, I totally respect people that say advanced fluid handling is cheating. Like, it feels cheaty for them is a better way to phrase that. Because cheating is very, very subjective. But all that to say, it doesn't feel like cheating. It feels like how the game should work. Like, I've played a lot of games like SimCity, where the fluid layer is another layer of the game. Or even like Factory Town is really interesting. I actually really like this design. So this building, like, you know, has multiple fluids and multiple outputs. In Factory Town, you could go down to the fluid layer and you can put like a connection underneath a building on the fluid layer that would pump up into the building or pump out of the building. Isn't that really cool? So like, imagine you could go down to the fluid layer and you could then be putting methane into any square of this building from underneath. It's actually a really cool system. I really like a lot of things about Factory Town. But you can also, in Factory Town, because it's actually 3D, you can bring items up from the fluid layer onto actual pipes in the real 3D world above ground, and then even like have pipes go up and around and over and stuff, if you have buildings that are up off the ground. But it's a really interesting dynamic because it actually encourages you to build buildings connected to the ground so you can interface with that underground fluid layer. Whereas if you build buildings up off the ground, which can have other benefits, you then cannot interface with the underground fluid layer and you have to bring the fluids above ground. So there's some cool dynamics going on there that I really like. Okay, so this one is ammonia. Right here. And then methane is here. You know what, I'm just gonna do that. And put a lamp. Put a lamp. Alright, now we need the coal. I thought we were already extracting somewhere? Oh, it's up there. Now, how do we do this? Just for a minute. And I'm gonna hope that this works. I think if a train comes to get ammonia, that would be very nice. And then I can put all the ammonia on the train. And I think it will. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, but we need it to not get too full. Okay, it wants 700. So when it's about to get to 700... I'm gonna hop on the train just in case. We'll take the rest of the ammonia. Put it in there. Oh, I guess we have inactivity. Okay. Sweet! There we go. That's an easy way to get rid of it. Alright. Take that filter off. Okay, so here's our coal. It comes down. I guess we could have put these above. This has not been the most efficient use of space. I thought the coal was down here for some reason. 6 a second means 3 each. So that means a lot more inserters. . Alright. And now we should see ammonia being made in larger amounts. Yeah, with all that urea. So, is that going to be enough? I don't know. It's only 5 ammonia per urea, so... A full tank of ammonia is 5,000 urea. Oof, that's a little more expensive than I thought it was. Do we really want full tanks of ammonia? Or, I mean, full trains? I'm definitely going to change the request to, like, 26,000. Or 25,500. So there'll be a little bit extra, but only, like... What is that? 15 seconds worth? If it's going at full bore. Which it's not going to go at full bore. That's the thing. We know that this is not going to go full bore. Okay. And then tailings out. I didn't do a fluid trasher. We do only get 1 fluid out, right? Yeah, tailings is the only thing. But we're going to do a lot of other stuff here, so I think I am comfortable just throwing in a super trasher. God, I love this thing. I'm so proud of this thing. It is my baby. It does need a lot of space, but it's beautiful. Tailings. Check. Is the bottom all actually frozen? It is. Wait, what? Oh, no. Okay, it triggered. I see what just happened. Building... These buildings triggered requesting that stuff. So, anyway, I may need those numbers to be part of the blueprint, though. Where did I set those up? Down here. I may need that. Oh, that's on this surface. Okay. So in the super trasher, leave the parameters as is. Let me just make sure they're all correct as well. 3, 4, 5. And then we need this. The problem is it sticks out one tile, which I don't love, but I think I'll be thankful for it. I might change it to minus 45,000 as well. Just because if we're subtracting 50,000, these have exactly 75,000, and that's just, I don't like being exactsies. Not my favorite thing. Being exactsies is scary with fluids because of 0.1 and everything. I think it's just better overall if we have a little bit of wiggle room there. Okay, fair enough. I can make these myself. Okay, so one is going to be the tailings. Look at us dealing with, what's the word? Trash fluids before they're even made. So proud of us. Do I even need this one? Nope. Perfect. Okay, so methane, nickel, hydrogen also out. No, that's what we're already dealing with. Oxides are not being brought over to here, which is necessary. And cobalt extract. Why don't I do a splitter just to make sure everybody gets some amount of priority here? Cyanic, we're still waiting on ammonia, and then the rare earth ores we've already got. And then Decalin is next. Now Decalin is unrelated to all this other stuff. Oh, and has, wait a second. Okay, now this is interesting. Because don't we need Decalin for something else? Which probably means we should source the hydrogen from somewhere else. Yeah, we needed it for cytostatics too. So weirdly enough, this is such a tiny amount of hydrogen. I feel comfy. Wait, how much Decalin did I need for cytostatics? Where did I even need cytostatics? This one? .112. Electrolyzer, can I make one? Okay. Because, yeah, they do cost 10 megawatts, but that's if they're running constantly. This one... They make 20 hydrogen a second. At most, I'm gonna need... Yeah, I don't know. Because if we're making... Just feels like so much unnecessary work to have, like, top-up valves and stuff, but maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Because... What am I trying to say? What's the way to do this? I'll definitely shift these back one. And then... So now we've got this and this, and we need to top up to like 20% there. And then we need an overflow on like 90%, like so. And that way, we're good to go. And then the amount of oxygen we're going to get from this is never going to be significant. I don't think it's worth caring about. And then now we have hydrogen taken care of. Even if we make Decalin, that isn't asking for other Decalin that's not requiring... What is the thing I'm making? Artificial blood. If I need Decalin without artificial blood, now this works. Anyway. Okay, and then this belt goes over here. Underground that. I don't know what the rate is. Oh, I definitely don't need 2 inserters. Okay, so there's Decalin with some extra lin. Still no ammonia, huh? 16,000? Probably need to add another one of these. We're also doing this version, which I know makes the perfect ratio. Wait, no it doesn't. Wait, oh my god! We're venting ammonia! Well, Ah, we are. Wait, why is that at 70%? Why would that not be at 90%? What is wrong with me? Oh my gosh. Okay, here's the question. This is so annoying. Should I just do a bunch of barrels? How many barrels would that be? 1,000 barrels? That's not the worst thing. You know what? I think I'm just gonna do that. But yeah, we should not waste 50,000 ammonia. So wait, what part of this build? I mean, obviously, it's probably two parts, because we need the cyanic. Do we not need the ammonia at all? Or we just need a tiny bit? I forget how this works. Because I could totally rework it. Where did this come from? This icon wasn't here before. We've gained a new icon. I don't like it. Anyway. Yeah, so urea decomposition, we need the melamine, which does use that ratio, but then batteries only use cyanic. So what we really need is a way to decompose this ammonia with methane and coal into cyanic. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Because we end up with too much ammonia relative to how much cyanic we have. So then, if only I had coal down here and methane, but I don't. So, what do we do? Because this problem is going to keep happening. And I can't make straight cyanic. I can only make straight ammonia from urea. So, we're going to keep getting too much ammonia here. Well, is there coal anywhere nearby? I really don't think there is. Yeah. Well, for now, let's just get barreler. Oh. Can ammonia not be barreled? It can. We just need barreling machines, you know, because we need to do barreling. Which don't need wood, because they're electric machines. Right. Okay. I do have some coal in my inventory. Okay, so we just need to get rid of a lot of our inventory here. Now, the fact that those didn't show up is starting to scare me. I thought those might be done by now. Oh, those got pasted on channel 1. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Alright, anyway, I need a bunch of barrels. After getting rid of a bunch of stuff. Limestone, planter boxes, random text plate, definitely random text plate blueprint. I don't want any of this or I don't want some iron niobium alloy. I don't want that much chromium or that much coal. I don't want small poles. I don't want burner assembling machine Mark 1. I probably need more medium poles and steel chests. Grab some more belts. Yellow inserters. Okay, anyway, grab a bunch of barrels. Come down here. Okay. That'll be a way to get some ammonia reclaimed from this situation, at least. Oh, I know why that was it. Okay, it should have been at 80 though, 90 and 80. Because that only overflows this, and this will get only full up to 90. So I did need that to be on lower than 90, but it could have been 80. Okay, let me go grab some more barrels. Perfect. That will store a crap ton of ammonia because we get 50 barrels per slot, which is 50 times 50, which is 2,500 per stack. And that gives us 25,000 for 10 stacks. So this is a much more efficient way to store fluids, I just realized, than these tanks in terms of footprint. One chest full of barrels. Am I saying that right? These are 50 each, right? Yeah. So, and they stack to 50 instead of 10. So 50 times 50 is 25 with 2 zeros. Yep, 2,500. So 10 stacks is 25k, and this is about 50 stacks, so there's about 125,000 fluids in this one square. Now, there's a lot of steel wrapped up in that, you know, in terms of how many barrels, but that part is a one-time cost, but so are these buildings. So I guess if you think about it that way, it's still kind of expensive. Because that's like over 2,000 steel for one of those. To actually store that much fluid. Not to mention it can't be accessed immediately like fluid tanks can. So I don't think it's totally worth it, but it's technically an idea. Okay, I want to at least finish putting the buildings down for this build real quick. Before we're done with the episode. Don't die. I want to finish putting the buildings down, and then we'll call it an episode. As with most Pi episodes, we just had so many other things that have to get done. So many other little things. All good things, but there are a lot of them. Okay, somehow this all ended up being not connected to power. Oh, the blueprint doesn't have power for the pumps as like included. Okay, so anyway, we've got the Declan set up, and now we've got Flutec PP6, a centrifuge which makes albumin directly from blood, which then will feed straight into this gas refinery. Okay, so blood will probably go up here just because we're above this belt. And that is coming from here. Okay, so blood's hooked up. We definitely need to run the building. How do I want to do this? Can't I just read Contents. That albumin's gonna come out spoiled now. You know, it's funny. We get urea, which I could turn into ammonia, but I undid that functionality of this hole. Would it be crazy to just turn... and then... No, this wouldn't be crazy at all. We could use a top-up valve from the ammonia tank and then only top it up, and that way whenever we have spoiled albumin, we're just immediately using it. That's completely reasonable, actually. At least I think that's reasonable. The only solid... No, these need to be filtered. That should work. Okay, and then... this guy does that. And then the ammonia is... they're so hard to keep track of. This one. Right here. Okay, so then this needs to be a top-up valve. We'll put it on like 20%. So then, if we can make ammonia from spoiled albumin, we'll do that. Alright, perfect. And then the final step that we're lacking... Okay, I mean, there's a couple things. So we'll run this building... and I can just use one of these, right? I don't know. I think I'll have a micro tank here for artificial blood that will measure. And then we'll just pump out of that. And then if this one only runs if artificial blood is less than 500. And then this one only runs if we have blue tech greater than 100. Don't include in crafting. So if it actually has 100 flu tech in there, then this will work on making albumin. And we need 1,000 blood to make 100 artificial blood, by the way. So it's a much denser fluid. And then this needs the decalin, which we've actually made, and the cobalt fluoride, which we've not actually made because we still don't have the ammonia. And why are the rare earth oxides not? Oh my god, this building's hitbox is terrible. Wow. That one needs to be changed. I mean, it's almost like there's a straight line exactly one square above. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It really looks like the hitbox should be here. Okay, well, there's that. So as soon as we get ammonia, we will have cobalt fluoride, which then will come up here to make Flutech PP6, which then, and we've already got the albumin ready to go. These are going to be spoiled by the time anything starts because we already started a craft, because that's how that works. Very annoying. But we've got ammonia recycling from urea. It's all good to go. Let me make one of these guys. We'll hook this up to channel 2. And I know it's weird because this is my fluid super trasher, but it can double as a provider for things that never get trashed anyway. Like, there's never going to be side products for artificial blood. It's not... I mean, I guess it's kind of maybe a byproduct of this exact thing. But, like, none of the uses for it are side product type things. It's not like, oh, I have some extra artificial blood, let's turn that into something useful. It's never that. Alright. Sweet. Well, I think we'll call it an episode here. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one.